God, it's Friday. Today is Inside Nigeria, and incidentally is the last day for the episode Inside Nigeria for the week. Today is June 21st, 2024. My name is Winifred Webo, your host on the program. Welcome to Inside Nigeria. Inside Nigeria is a breakfast show where we review and discuss fun headline stories and trending news on this segment of the show. As usual, on Inside Nigeria, we like to flag up with Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership. Today's Leadership Friday, Nigeria's foremost Friday newspaper. Let's see what Leadership Friday has on its cover. Game of Thrones, feuding parties claim victory in Kano court ruling. Game of Thrones, in quote, feuding parties claim victory in Kano court ruling. Amended Emirate law valid, Bayero wrongly renewed, says court. State government orders demolition of mini palace, insists Sanusi remains emir of Kano. Of course, this is a story that broke out yesterday after the Federal High Court in Abuja's ruling. Game of Thrones feuding parties claim victory in Kano court ruling. Amended Emirate law valid, Bayero wrongly removed, says court. State government orders demolition of mini palace, insists Sanusi remains emir of Kano. This is the main headline story on Leadership Friday and also on other national newspapers as well, including those I have on my menu today. Leadership's other main headline story says 2 weeks after Niger miners still trapped. Army takes delivery of 2 helicopters. Court nullifies 33 Ondo LCDAs. 2 weeks after Niger miners still trapped. Army takes delivery of 2 helicopters. Court nullifies 33 Ondo CDAs. The story runs on page 16, 21, and page 18, respectively, of Leadership newspaper. Another headline story: ASU threatens strike, others give ultimatum. New HIV prevention injection safe, effective, according to study that was carried out, is on beside the masthead of Leadership Friday. And above the masthead, NNPC Total Energies commit $550 million to boost domestic gas market. Don't leave Rivers local government secretariats. IGP orders police. And with that, we move to the page 3 where we have our stand. Our stand today is on the Wike phenomenon in FCT. Of course, residents of FCT are quite abreast of the projects, construction works that are being done, carried out under the present administration of Nyesom Wike, the Minister of FCT. And our stand today is on the Wike phenomenon in FCT. With that, we move to the back page where we have guest column with Mas Amuche. Is writing on writing for media and monetizing it, an entrepreneur's perspective. This is a book authored by Leadership's editor-in-chief, Azu Ishekwene. Writing for media and monetizing it is also a book that is due for presentation next week, Wednesday. With that, we conclude review of Leadership Friday today. For more, log on to www.leadership.ng. From Leadership, we move to The Punch, same similar story. Emirate crisis, Kano plans appeal as court sacks Sanusi. Actions taken null and void, says judge, slams Kano government. Kano orders demolition of Bayero's palace, police warn protesters, vigilantes. I'll take that again. Emirate crisis, Kano plans appeal as court sacks Sanusi. Actions taken null and void, says judge, slams Kano government. Kano orders demolition of Bayero's palace. Police warn protesters, vigilantes. Main headline story, gracing the cover of The Punch. Other stories making the cover as well. Protesters demand El-Rufai's trial for alleged 423 billion naira theft. Of course, and Madam Nancy El-Rufai is the immediate past governor of Kaduna State. Protesters demand El-Rufai's trial for alleged 423 billion naira theft. Lagos APC month member has had deaths cross 1,000. Military arrest suspected mastermind of Taraba deadly attack. This story is on page 7 of The Punch. Beside the Punch masthead, NNPC Total Energy signed $550 million gas production deal. Cholera death toll rises to 37 as Lagos records 401 cases. And above the masthead, federal government posts 207 trillion naira subsidy debt enlists Auditor General. Federal government posts 2.7 trillion naira subsidy debt enlists Auditor General. The story is on page 17 of the Punch. Naira slump loans push public debt to 121 trillion naira, according to Debt Management Office (DMO). Naira slump loans push public debt to 121 trillion naira. Africa Global Logistics based in Nigeria unveils strategic transformation pillars. Of course, there is an editorial in the Punch newspaper. For continuation of these headline stories, inside stories, the editorial, log on to the website of the Punch, www.punchng.com. From the Punch, moving to Daily Sun, because Daily Sun has similar main headline story. Fresh twist in Kano emirship crisis as court sacks Sanusi. Fresh twist in Kano emirship crisis as court sacks Sanusi. Accuses state government of ignoring earlier order. Police direct hunters, vigilance groups to steer clear of security duties in state. Story, main headline story, runs on page 6 of Daily Sun. Similar story trending. Fresh twist in Kano emirship crisis as court sacks Sanusi. Other leading stories on the cover of Daily Sun: cholera, federal government dispatches experts to Lagos, Enugu, Sokoto. Outbreak escalates in Lagos, claims 21 lives. Cases rise to 401. Abia, APC describes Kalu as invaluable asset. The story is on page 26 of Daily Sun. Kaduna, protesters want ex-governor El-Rufai arrested, prosecuted. Tinubu, Ramaphosa push for stronger ties between Nigeria, South Africa, and Johannesburg. How federal government marginalizes Ndi-Igbo in Wanyahu, says Clark authorized to speak for southern leaders. World Bank sets conditions for Nigeria's $1.5 billion loan. Rivers Assembly crisis, appeal court reserves judgment. Why we oppose police recruitment by PSC, that is Police Service Commission, IGP. Why we oppose police recruitment by PSC, IGP. The story is on page 5 of Daily Sun, which takes us to the last story beside the masthead and on the cover of Daily Sun today. Nigeria's debt rises to 121.67 trillion naira as 24.33 trillion naira in 3 months. This is a story that runs on page 25 of Daily Sun. For continuation of these headline stories, inside stories, you log on to the website of Daily Sun, www.sunnynewsonline.com. From Daily Sun, we move to Vanguard. Same headline story. Kano government kicks as court removes Sanusi as emir. Kano government kicks as court removes Sanusi as emir. Insists Sanusi remains emir. Orders removal of Bayero from Gida Nasarawa mini palace to demolish building. Cholera. Death toll hits 21 in Lagos, 401 cases recorded. LWC issues red alert over untreated water in circulation. Lagos Island, Ikorodu, Kosofe, Etiosa was hit. The story is on page 5 on the Vanguard newspaper. Is also the story, a leading story, trending one at that, of a cholera outbreak in the country. Death toll hits 21 in Lagos, 401 cases recorded. LWC issues red alert over untreated water in circulation. Lagos Island, Ikorodu, Kosofe, Etiosa was hit. The story runs on page 5 of Vanguard newspaper. Beneath that, federal government seeks 18-month extension of $800 million World Bank palliative scheme. And in sports, FIFA ranking, sinking Eagles drop 8 spots, now 38th. That takes us to the news above the masthead of Vanguard. Nigeria's public debt up 25% to 121 trillion naira, says DMO. Rivers crisis, siege to local government areas won't deter us, Ubara, Rivers State Governor. Police insist on occupation. Insecurity. Jihadists flooding Nigeria through Benin Republic, according to reports. Insecurity. Jihadists flooding Nigeria through Benin Republic, according to reports. 123 billion naira indictment. Protesters marching Kaduna want EFCC's probe of El-Rufai. And that concludes front page headlines to review on Vanguard. For more, log on to the website of Vanguard, www.vanguardngro.com. From Vanguard, we move to the last paper on this today's menu, and that is The Guardian. The Guardian has different story altogether as its main headline. It says, a ticking time bomb, how poor hygiene, food inflation complicate cholera outbreak. There's a big story today on pages 4 and 5 of The Guardian. A ticking time bomb, how poor hygiene, food inflation complicates cholera outbreak. Cholera, death toll rises to 21 in Lagos as federal government hurries to test water samples. Cholera, death toll rises to 21 in Lagos as federal government hurries to test water samples. Public debt hits 121.67 trillion naira as federal government moves to check revenue loss. It's on news page 3 of The Guardian. Heat wave, 15 Nigerians die in Saudi Arabia as death toll exceeds 1,000. It continues on page 3 of The Guardian. ASU warns of imminent strike, bemoans federal government's insincerity. ASU warns of imminent strike, bemoans federal government's insincerity. It runs on page 7 of The Guardian. As court declares 33 LCDAs created by Akeredolu illegal. Court declares 33 LCDAs created by Akeredolu illegal. COESO demands FCE Guso Provost removal over alleged certificate forgery. New caretaker chairman dissolve local government area committee in Rivers. New caretaker chairman dissolve local government area committees in Rivers. It runs on page 29 of The Guardian. And still on The Guardian cover, Sanusi remains emir, says Kano government amid court ruling on Ado Bayero for others. It's on news page 6 of The Guardian. Of course, with that, we conclude today's review of The Guardian newspaper. Today, Friday, June 21, 2024. For continuation of these headline stories, inside stories, and the editorial, log on to the website of The Guardian, www.guardian.ng. For viewers, on this note, we conclude today's Friday edition of Inside Nigeria, brought to you on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Bebo. Here's wishing you a beautiful weekend. And meanwhile, don't forget to join us for news on the hour on this frequency. Have a beautiful weekend.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.